Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Dania, it's so good to see you again. Welcome back to the show.
Good to see you. Nice to be back. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, we get more of Sweet Tooth, and I love this show so much. And it's one of those things where, I was waiting for the episodes, and everyone's kind of in the same boat. Everyone really wants new episodes. What's that mindset when you first kind of return to film season 2 after what happened in season 1? I mean, we pick up where we left off, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was just excited to see everybody again. I think that's the most exciting part for us, as actors. I obviously reading the scripts and getting to work, and play Aimee again and bring her to life was really, something that I was really looking forward to. But really, getting to go back to New Zealand and film this incredible show and just waiting to read each and every script and see where they wanted to go with it. I think like the writers and Jim Mickle, such an incredible creator, and just to see what he had in store for everybody. It was better than I imagined, I have to say. It's like season 2, it's bigger. There's a lot more at stake, so many more heartfelt moments and, sad moments and exciting moments and fights and war. It's just really cool. And now there's a new strain of the state going around. And I do love the fact that each character gets to get paired up with different people. So you get to explore those characters from a different place.
Well, that's such a good segue because Aimee's really involved with this. But if you think about it, Wendy and Gus don't have much interactions in season 1. They don't, right? They're kind of on different kind of journeys. I love the interactions between Wendy and Gus this season, and Aimee's really kind of part of that. What was that like, seeing that kind of friendship and kind of teamwork in the script? I'm just curious.
Really cool. I was just excited for the kids, just to watch them, because they already, you're working with them. As people, they're also growing. So they're getting to a different place in their life. And so to be able to see these two really incredible, and they're very much like their characters, I have to say. I think, there's a sweetness and, a newfound magical way about, Gus and that Christian has. And there's the same thing. Wendy and, Naledi brings this real powerful, young woman's perspective to it. And you get to see them sort of grow up and find each other and become partners in this big fight against the last man. It's really great to see.
It's interesting as well, because I feel like you're always going to continue to learn about these characters, Dania, but specifically, we know we have the source material from the incredible kind of work from Jeff and everything for season 1, but season 1 is always about kind of introducing these characters and everything. And in season 2, we get to kind of flesh them out a little bit more. But do you feel like you're still learning about Aimee, or do you feel like coming back for season 2, you had a grasp of this character specifically?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, I'm still learning, and I was still learning in season 2. One, I spend most of the time just working with, Naledi pigtail and working with a puppet and imagining all the other hybrids around me. So there was a lot of, the way that I tackled the character was very different season 1 than I did season 2. Season 2, I got the opportunity to work with Nonso, incredible talent. And so there was a lot more depth to her character. It allowed me to really understand and play with the concept of trust. Who is she now after this big crumble? She's only been around kids. Who is she going to be around the other adults? And how is she going to, relate to them and open them up? And you get to see a lot of her therapy skills come into play to try to really figure out what is really going on with Jepperd and have an understanding for that person and that character. So it's definitely, it's a different take. It's a different journey. I think there's a lot more at stake for her this season. At the same time, she's still who she has always been. She's this nurturing mother-like figure, and that's still a huge part of how her drive for this whole entire season.
Yeah, we pick up right where we left off. I mean, a lot of your favorite characters are back. Amy's back, Jepperd's back, Wendy's back, Gus is back. You know who else is back? Bobby is back. All right, Bobby's back.
Bobby is my I have twins, so my kid's favorite character is Bobby. And I was working in Montreal. I had to go in and do some ADR for season 2, and when I walked in, they were so excited when they saw him come back on the screen. And I think funnier and cooler this season. I mean, Bobby got some big mojo, man. I'm walking on eggshells a little bit because I don't want to go into big spoilers, but there's some good stuff with Bobby. They have the way yeah, for sure.
Look at this. You look at this show. You look at Alert Missing Persons Unit. You look at those shows that you work on. Both of them, in a lot of ways, are kind of like very like fast paced. The audience needs to be kind of dialed in. Are you, after you wrap these shows, are you conscious of the type of audience members that have to watch these shows? Because if you're not paying attention, you will miss something.
I know, I think when you're filming these shows, for me, I just want to do a good job. So I think I'm more concerned of like, what am I feeling? I want to make sure that I'm present in every scene, and I'm not aware of how fast everything is going to be moving. You also, when you film something, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You don't know how they edited, what kind of music to put on it to put it together. But they're very fast-paced shows, and I'm just really lucky and grateful that I get cast in these roles, and that I do end up having an audience and people that want to watch them and follow them, and just really grateful for that.
I don't feel like it's ever not going to be a crazy feeling that you film a show, you wrap, you play the waiting game, you move on to other projects, and then April 27th, the whole world gets to watch season 2 of Sweet Tooth. I feel like it's kind of like it basically gets disseminated out there. Like, that's never not going to be a crazy feeling, right?
You're making me nervous now.
No, it's amazing. No, but it's an amazing feeling. You know what I mean? And you all should be proud of all the incredible work. And it's amazing that a show like Sweet Tooth gets to be seen on such an amazing, big, large-scale audience on Netflix, because it is an amazing show.
Thank you. We're just always hopeful that people love it as much as we love making it. I know that for my kids, it's so exciting when I get to work on something that my kids are always looking forward to it. So I think that's how I judge my audience. I'm like, if the children like it and they can sit through the whole episode and seem excited about it, then it makes me feel like, okay, great. We did a great job.
And before we wrap up very quickly, one thing I really loved, that there's so many like, it's eye candy, the aesthetics, the cinematographers just hit it out of the park. You know what I mean? But I love the score. I love the music.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I have to tell you, I am so in love with the music in season 2, like so much so that I know that even the creator and Linda Moran, who's one of our producers, they were so excited about it that was one of the gifts that they gave us. They sent the entire cast the soundtrack for all of season 1 and season 2, because the music is such a huge part of the show. It puts you right in a place. It helps drive the emotion of it as well, as far as the score is concerned, but the actual songs that are in it are just fantastic.
So good. April 27th, season 2 of Sweet Tooth, dropping worldwide on Netflix. Dania, it's so good to see you again. Thank you so much for your time.
Great to see you too. Namaste.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.